Ladies and gentlemen, I believe our very own Senate President also acknowledged in an ambush interview that the release of the legislators' PDAF lies solely at the discretion of the executive. The senators who serve as heads of the Finance Committee of the Senate, notably Senators Manny Villar, Edgardo Gara, Senator Juan Ponce Enrile, and the Senate President, all know that the budget negotiations they conduct with the House and the DBM include negotiations not only for the PDAF and the infrastructure projects of legislators, but also for the so-called congressional initiatives for budget insertions. At one point, the Senator Edgardo Gara was chair of the Finance Committee. I remember he even advised the senators in a caucus that there was a so-called economic stimulus fund where legislators from both houses were allowed to avail allocations for projects over and above the regular court balance. Thereafter, we were all asked to submit our listings to the committee. May I accurate so far, Mr. President? At sa sarili kong karanasan, wala na ako'y mahalal bilang senador noong taong 2002. Ang mga opisyal ng Senado at ng Kongreso, wala sa Senate President, wala sa Senate President pro tempore, Majority Floor Leader, hanggang sa Minority Floor Leader at Chairman ng Finance Committee ay nabibigyan din ng karagdagang alokasyon taon-taon. Alam ko yan, dahil naging Senate President pro tempore. Hindi rin lingid sa kalaman ng lahat ng senador para mapabilis at maipasa ang budget proposal ng administrasyon para sa susunod na taon. Pinakikiusapan po tayo na huwag na masyadong busiin ang budget. Eh pagkatapos nun, ay magpaparelease ng salo pagkatapos mapumaan ang budget. Yan ang kailangan malaman ng taong bayan. Foregoing considered, I challenge now the Senate's Legislative Budget Research and Monitoring Office, or LBRMO, under Director Yori Duclo, to disclose in full not only the PDAF allocations, but all these budgetary amendments or insertions and extra amounts authorized by the Finance Committee Chair for each Senator over the years, starting from the 12th Congress up to the present. The LBRMO provides the research and staff support for the Finance Committee, but its real boss is neither the Finance Committee Chair nor the Senate President. They serve the Senate as an institution. So I am very confident that Director Duclo, who has served under so many Finance Committee chairmen in her decades of exemplary service, will respond to my call to bear all these facts. I likewise challenge Secretary Florencio Abad of the Department of Budget and Management na ibigay sa COA ang mga dokumento upang makompleto ang pag-audit ng 115 billion pesos na na-release noong 2007, 2008, and 2009. Nahamon ko din si Secretary Abad na ilantad sa publiko ang mga dokumento patungkol sa mga additionals, sa mga rewards, o sa mga suhol para sa mga mambabatas. Nakakapagtaka mo, napakatahimik ng DBM sa gitna ng usapin patungkol sa PIDAF. Napakahalaga ng papel na ginagampanan ng DBM, kaya dapat sila ang nangunguna sa pagtatanong kung saan napunta ang inilabas nilang pondo, di ba? All of us are now deluged with so many requests for funding of projects and financial assistance from local government executives, political leaders, and supporters, and our constituents. They come to our offices for help. I and some other senators have consistently allocated part of our PIDAF for the benefit of indigent patients seeking medical attention in government hospitals like the Philippine Heart Center, the National Kidney Transplant Institute, Children's Hospital, Orthopedic Hospital, the Philippine General Hospital, and even hospitals outside of Metro Manila. But of course, Mr. President, none of these is good copy or juicy talk, because the current attention and fixation is on the lim-napoles issue instead of serious and disturbing developments unfolding in our country like in Zamboanga. Sino ba sa atin dito sa Senado ang hindi nakakatanggap ng dagsa-dagsang request para mabigyan ng PIDAF? Lahat pa ng nag-iimbestiga ngayon ay nakakasiguro na hindi nasasayang, nabubulsa, o nadadivert ang kanilang inilang pondo sa kamay ng mga ahensyang pinagkatiwalaan ng DBM na humawak ng pondong ito? May isa bang makapagsasabi na napakalinis ng paggamit ng kanilang PIDAF para magkaroon sila ng karapatang sumali sa pagbabato ng putik? Mr. President, the media frenzy, cry for blood, and for heads to roll has reached much intensity that it seems impossible for those implicated to be given any just and fair treatment. Justice Secretary Laila De Lima said that once they are done reviewing the affidavits and testimonies of the so-called whistleblowers, then all those implicated will have the opportunity to file counter affidavits. And then based on the panel's review of these, they will decide if there is probable cause to file appropriate charges against some respondents based on the evidence. Ginoong Pangulo, sa kakaunti kong nalalaman sa batas, yan po ang proseso. Sana nga po may tunay na hustisya. Sana nga meron pa rin ang bawat isa sa atin ng karapatan ng lahat ng inaakusahan sa ilalim ng ating saligang batas. Meron pa ba kaya ngayong presumption of innocence pagkatapos ng paninira at panlilibak na sinasapit namin ngayon? Katulad nga po na sinabi ko kanina, selective justice is injustice. Na-mention ko rin lang naman ang pangalan ni Secretary Laila De Lima, Mr. President. I received reports that the second batch of case that the DOJ will file would still pertain to the PIDAF-related transactions with the alleged policies in bogus NGOs. And after this, DOJ will just let the interagency body created by the President investigate the whole gamut of the so-called PIDAF scam. Should this be the case, Mr. President, sadly, it will only confirm and validate our belief that all of these are politically motivated, and it would appear that the government is not really sincere in reforming the system. Mr. President, I believe that we all here are victims of a flawed system which is so ingrained that it has been institutionalized. However, the recent events which unfolded before us given us the chance to finally reform the system and do away with the pork barrel mentality. There has been clamor from the people to abolish PIDAP and to hold accountable those who have bastardized the system for their own vested interests. Ngunit, sa gitna ng lahat ng ingay at sigaw ng sambayanan na baguhin ang bulok na sistema, naway marinig pa rin ang tinig ng mga nauna ng pinaratahan. Bigyan naman sana kami ng pagkakataon na linisin ang natumisan namin pangalan at harapin ang mga nag-aakusa sa amin sa tamang panahon at sa isang pantay at walang kinikilingan natin. At kapag nabago na ang bulok ng sistema, naiwas to ang tiwali at naitama ang wali. Doon pa lang natin masasabi na tunay na ang trade na tayo. Maraming salamat.